Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you're having a good start to your Monday morning. So far, so good. So far, so good. We've got a couple of new techy things that I'm playing with. Today we won't need them because we are just going to do Pilates and bounce. Pilates meets bounce. We're always working with our fun interruptions over here. So many remotes again, so little time. Let's turn you off. Let's turn you off. Let's turn you off. Nobody needs to hear me in 3D surround sound, all of that stuff. All right, if you've never done Pilates before, not to worry. This is the day where you get to explore. This is the day where you get to be introduced to some unique moves, and it's also the day where you get to feel the beautiful gorgeousness of doing Pilates on the Rebounder, which is just like laying in a hammock and also working your core strength. So let's begin on our Rebounder. We're gonna do a little bit of a warm up just to give ourselves a little bit of warmth before we get onto the mat. So let's begin with our legs a little wider than hip width distance apart. Think of this as a stable stance, something that is gonna help you to feel more balanced and more engaged. And I want to say hello to my diehards. I don't know if mom is tuning in from across the pond, but if you are, hello. I was going to say aloha, which doesn't mean anything. So, and hello, of course, to Joy. Hello, hello. Let's begin simply by doing our down bounce. So if you're already here with me, excellent. And if you're making your way up, as soon as you get up here, again, hip width distance apart, unlock your knees. And let's try to feel that sense of bounce happening in the very center of your body. So we're gonna, for 1 minute, forget about what exists on the outside, the tissue, the blood, the things that keep us alive and help us move throughout our day, which are important things, but sometimes we can get distracted and a little bit obsessive about the aesthetics of that tissue. Listen, as a person who has had multiple engagements with people who have either been sick, ill, or in very, very dire straits this year, it's time to start loving our tissue a little more. And one of the ways we can do that is on the Rebounder. So we're gonna forget about the outside, we're gonna think about the inside. Can you feel your absolute center, the center of your structure? It might be a little farther back than you think it is. It might be a little farther forward than you think it is. Let's just play with that for a moment, that idea. I like to visualize a little bouncing ball that's going up and down, and that's right kind of above, like if it were to fall, it would fall in between my ankles. It's in the center of my pelvis, so my pelvis comes right kind of over that in-between space of the ankles. We have the rib cage on top of that. We have the shoulders on top of that. We have the head on top, and it's like this nice line that drops all the way down, just that gravitational pull. So once you feel like you've gotten a little bit more into that, then let's just start to push a bit more into those bungees. Remember, bouncing on the Rebounder, unless you're like a child or a gymnast, this kind of bouncing is more about the down bounce. We're trying to, I think it's elicit. E-L-I, yeah, you'll tell me. We're trying to elicit a response from the bungees. We're not trying to increase our vertical jump in this class per se. Yeah, so feel your center. Now let's take a deep breath. And as we exhale, as we're bouncing, just imagine that little ball. Hug into the ball, front, side, back, maybe even top to bottom. Feel what that feels like. Let's take a breath in and then hug. It's just a gentle tensing through your center. A couple more. Breathe in and hug. Last one, breathe in and hug. And you can use this breath throughout, especially when we get down to the mat. Let's take our arms up for the first Chicago L train of the day and all the way down. Good, let's do it again. Big breath in and exhale all the way down. Last two, big breath in and exhale all the way down. And last one, big breath in, hold your arms overhead. Can you get longer through the side body? Drop your tail down, reaching up. Good. True story, this shirt shrunk a little in the wash. It's not my intention to wear a half shirt. I put it on as I was getting ready to leave the house, and I was like, ruh-roh, here we go. All right, and so it is. Let's go ahead and take our hands on our hips. We're gonna calm the bounce down a little bit, and then we're gonna roll to the ball of your right foot. So start going, lifting the heel and lower, lifting the heel and lower, lift your heel and lower, lift your heel. Keep going with that. I'm having a hard time with my music, so I want to get a little bit more volume up in here. We're going lift the heel and lower. Oh yeah, there we go. Lift the heel and lower, lift the heel and lower. Let's go for 4. P.S. Unless you're real comfortable, don't leap off your rebounder like that. Last one, good. So we're gonna start to bounce here, and we're gonna just go heel and down, heel and down. A little bit slow to start. It's a Monday morning. Don't discount the benefit of balance. Good. You still got your ball connected. That's it. We'll go one more each side. Last one. And then we're gonna pick it up to a bounce balance. So lift your heels and shift side to side. Pressing down through those heels as they go to the rebounder. Breathing in through your nose. If you can breathe out through your nose, try it. I spent a good portion of the day messing around with some graphics, so in upcoming classes, we're gonna have some heart rate checks that you can do for yourself. We're gonna have some timers, which is very exciting. And hopefully we're gonna have a little smoother streaming. Good morning, good morning. I think that's Christina, my old eyes. Good morning. All right, welcome, welcome. Happy to see more people joining, more subscribers, share the news. All right, we're gonna take this into doubles. So let's go 2 each side. And as you're going side to side, I want you to really get a little lower in those legs. As always, in the event that my tempo is too fast for you, do the best you can to keep moving. And there is a control on YouTube, on the player. You look for the little cog wheel, that little gear at the bottom, and you can slow it down. My voice will slow, or you could also speed it up. But that can be useful, especially when you're first getting your bearings. Yes, good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. We're gonna go side to side. Go side to side. Good. Singles right here. Let's walk it into tiptoe. So bring your inner thighs close together. Good, again, just getting that heart rate lifted a little before we take it down to the mat. Excellent. That's right, push through those heels. Keep your knees reaching forward. We're still pretty upright, not too far bent forward. All right, I feel like things are going okay. How do you feel? Good, now is a good time to ask yourself, hey, is there anything I need to get through the rest of this class? A little encouragement, I'll take care of that. You're doing great. Do I need a little water? Do I need a little self-talk? Yes, let's take it to a little jog. Side to side, nice and easy. We're almost there. We are. Just feels great to start a Monday like this, doesn't it? I think we have some UK viewers on today, so maybe to finish a Monday, I know the time difference. Good. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then just give me a little high bounce, just a little lofty bounce. So you're pushing down a little more, and then if you can take that bounce a little side to side, there you go. Excellent. That's what we're after, just feeling our bodies moving in space. Let's focus back in to our center and that little image of that little ball, yeah? And then let's start to take it side to side with the arms. Don't worry so much about tempo. Let's just feel that breath coming in, getting that lofty, lymphatic, circulatory drain, and also, most importantly, lifting our mood. Yes, there's this science that says there's a transition. It takes about 10 minutes, and we're just at minute 11. 10 minutes to get into that mood shifting. Maybe longer for some people, maybe a little slower. That's why we do a little more cardio in the beginning of this class, although it is nice to do the Pilates as well. Good. All right, give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's go back to our bounce balance and just calm it down. Just let your arms flow. We're gonna get ready to take it to the mat. Those of you who know, I've been growing out my hair and I can feel the bedhead cowlicks becoming detached from the back of my head. It's a very strange sensation to have longer hair, even though I know mine is short in comparison to many. Let's take our feet down. Take it to a closed chain bounce. Bring your arms out to a T. Little shoulder rotation, so bring your right thumb down and your left thumb up and back, and then twist. Imagine your arms and your chest are like a towel, and you're just wringing out that towel from side to side. Very good. Couple more like this. Excellent. And last one. Good. Let's bring it all the way down. Let's calm it down. If you are wearing any sort of a fitness tracker, we're just looking at it at the heart rate aspect, or heart rate monitor. It's nice to see that heart rate dropping down a little bit. Let's come off the rebounder. I'm gonna hit that heat down. We're gonna come onto our backs. Now is the perfect time to grab a quick drink, should you need it. And then let us begin seated on this side. By the way, still working on that flash camera. I also soon will have a plant cam, so I'm going to show you all my plants, and I hope that you are at least enthusiastic about the flora and fauna, or maybe you'll learn something, who knows. So we're going to take our hands on our knees. I'd like you to sit up as tall as you can. If any of these ranges of motion do not provide you with a curious sensation or something that's interesting, I want you to noodle with it until it does, all right? So we're gonna rock back. I'm pressing my calves into the frame and then opening up my lower back. And then I'm gonna pull against my knees to stretch and lift the chest a little higher, shoulders coming down on your back. So we're rolling back here. And then we're sitting up nice and tall, just a little spinal mobility. Roll it back, getting used to this relationship with the mat. Reach all the way up. Good. Couple more, roll back. Good. And as you roll back, really feel your knees pressing into your hands. That's gonna help you open up your hips. Good, back of your neck stays long. Excellent, so sit up as tall as you can. Because you're probably dipping down in the rebounder, your hips are gonna be already active. I want you to pretend that you're breaking a pencil with those hip flexors. Reach your arms up overhead, behind your head, or to your chest. And we're gonna lean forward in a hinge, so it's a long diagonal, and we're just gonna break those pencils with gentle pulses just to get into the end range of our hips. Some of the most important conditioning we can do is to strengthen our hips. We don't like it, but it does a lot for us. Walking, sitting, standing, and Pilatesing. Good. Go for 4 and 3, 2. We're gonna take those hands down to the frame and roll all the way down to your back. And just enjoy for a moment. So if your mat is big enough and you have one of the comfort mats, which is just a little spongy, put your head there. If it's not, then just rest your head in the bungees, and you can always do all of the mat exercises on an actual mat after the rebounder. Let's take our hands to our abdomen, around the area that we were thinking our little bouncy ball was, and now we're gonna work to sink the ball towards the mat. So we're gonna take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let that ball get heavy. Let your abdomen empty and just feel a deepening It doesn't matter what it looks like. I just want you to feel like everything that's usually at the front of the body, your organs, your tissue, just moves a little bit backwards towards the mat, okay? Let's do it a couple more times. Deep breath in. And then exhale, let everything fall to the back. And again, it's almost like you can engage the bungees by pressing through the back body. Good, and again. Let's go one more time. All right, so bring your awareness to your pelvis and to your rib cage. Take your hands to your frame. You're gonna bring your right knee up into tabletop and then touch the toe down as low as you can go and lift it back up. We're gonna repeat here, and I'd like you to think about keeping your center really stable. So everything is heavy and it doesn't get lighter as your leg moves away. Here we go. I like an inhale on the way down and an exhale on the way up. Sometimes an exhale on the way down can help you keep yourself engaged. Play around with both and see what you got. And remember that as you come up, it's all about that pencil break. We lower. That's what works for me. And you can absolutely breathe how you need to. Good. Let's go 2. You may even be feeling a little fatigue in that hip, and that's all right. Working it. Good. Bring it all the way down, and we're going to get ready to change sides. Other leg. Fold and touch and fold. So my thought process as I'm doing this is push the bungees down with the weight of my body. Push weight into the mat so that my leg is a little lighter, yeah? Good. Lower. And sometimes that makes the work of my hip a little bit lighter too. And you all know that you can message me here on YouTube, you can comment, you can ask questions, you can also email me at coachjz@jennazaffino.com, and we'll do one more, and that is a really good way to ask questions. All right, here's our hands to our frame. Both legs are down. We're still heavy, but this time we're gonna bring our head, neck, and shoulders up. Deep breath in, nod your chin towards your throat, curl forward. Use your hands to come up a little deeper. See if you can get a little higher, and then lower all the way back. Let's breathe out as we come up. Curl, help yourself out, deepen it. Reach it all the way down. 2 more like this. Curl it up. Remember, still sinking through the back. Pressing down through your weight. Curl, push into those bungees. Good, all the way down. We're gonna come up one more time. Curl it forward. Now you might choose to just breathe here and sink through your weight, press your weight into the mat, or we can do little curls, up and down. We're just working on lifting one pair of ribs off the mat at once. If you need your little help, you do a little pull with those arms. If you don't need that, you can reach. You can always support your head here. Good, that's it. Reach and reach and reach. We're gonna go for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lower all the way down. Let's walk our feet up onto the frame. In the event that those curls did not feel super duper comfortable, I want to encourage you to choose to keep your head down and just keep working the weight into the mat. This is how we create change. And for those of you who like to hit it hard in Pilates, just, pump the brakes, work on the technique. Pilates is a skill set, not a birthright, yeah, and we all get to practice it today. So our feet are here. We're gonna curl up and we're gonna get ready to go into the 100 position. So if you know that holding this for a while is gonna be a pain in the neck, literally, keep yourself down and drop into it, all right? Let's take our arms up. You're either lifting your head or coming deeper into the mat, and we're gonna stay right here. And I just want you to pump your arms up and down. So with those feet down, we're gonna have a little bit of a bounce, but it's pretty much in control, yeah? We're breathing in, breathing out. Do the best you can. Yes, those of you who know the exercise and you're ready for the next progression, bring your legs to tabletop. And you're gonna try to bounce a little bit more. So the bounce is coming from the hands. It's also coming by pressing the back body into the mat. Good. All right, you can choose whatever progression you like if you're ready to come up with me. This is where it gets fun. Whee! Good. All right, we're here. We're gonna turn those legs out, heels together, toes apart. And yes, it is hard to talk this through. Lower your legs towards the diagonal. Good, we're here for 8, 7, 6, make it bigger. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it all the way in. It's like it's just fun and ridiculous. It's a great way to start the day, isn't it? All right, let's reach your legs back down. We're gonna go into some roll-ups. I'm having too much fun. Roll-ups are sit-ups. Think less about getting up and more about passing the weight down your spine. All right, so let's try one. We're gonna reach the arms forward, hands to the frame, curl, press down. Use your hands if you need to. Come all the way up to the top, and then we're gonna go right back down. We'll go down 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Roll back down. Take your time. Sacrum, waist, rib cage, head. Head, ribs come off, waist comes off, and then your pelvis comes up. Good. All the way down. If you don't need your arms, you don't need to use them. Gonna do a couple more here. So most of you know that there was a big old Chicago fire back in the 1800s, I believe. And it was not good. It burned the city down. And in those days, they didn't have fire trucks, but they would just pass buckets from one person to the other in the hopes that by the time the bucket got to the actual fire, it would be able to extinguish it. Anyways, let's take the fire part out of that and use the bucket brigade part of it. So if you are starting from your pelvis, you're passing a bucket back to your lower belly, back to your waist, back to your rib cage. Pass it, pass it, pass it. Keep the energy to the head and then pass it the other way. Another way to think about it is to roll a ball or a marble from your pelvis all the way through to your head, and then from your head all the way through to your pelvis. I think that's enough, right? Let's take it all the way down. So just want to give you some food for thought today. It's a master class of sorts on this Monday. Let's bring your feet all the way up. We're gonna take your right knee into your chest, head is rested gently, put pressure onto your knee and extend your left leg up. From here, press down and then draw a half circle all the way up. If straight leg is not working for you, bend your knee and just shorten the lever a little bit. So these are our leg circles. We're making a semicircle. And as we go through this, the goal is to keep the body really still and use the pressure of your hands into your knee and the pressure of your body into the mat to help. Let's make this one the last one in this direction, and then we're gonna go in the opposite direction. There's a wonderful Pilates teacher named Kara Reeser, and sometimes in these exercises she'll talk about imagining that you're in a raft, on a raft in the water, and as you move your leg around, you're trying not to make waves. And so this works really well. We're on the rebounder, right? It's like, keep it as still as possible, and if that means making your circle smaller, so be it. Let's make this one be the last one, and then go ahead and switch sides. All right, ready? Here we go, other side. Straight down, semicircle out. All the way around. So I like, even as an accomplished Pilates performer, I like taking it back to the basics, because when you check in with those basics, you start to build different levels of strength. Let's go 2 more. You already know what's supposed to happen, but then you can marry that with what is happening in your body in the moment. Let's reverse it out to the side and all the way up. It's also not uncommon for people to hear a lot of clicks and clunks in your pelvis. So if that's the case for you, firstly, I would say, make that circle a lot smaller and concentrate on a smooth circle, like the most whipped frosting ever. And in the event that that's not helping you, make it even smaller. And in the event that that's not helping you, it might be time to just go check it out with somebody, honestly. All right, bring your knees in. Excellent. Let's rock ourselves up. We're gonna go into rolling like a ball, which is my favorite exercise. One thing to note, there's a metal frame on the back of your rebounder. Don't hit your head on that frame, it will not feel good. Let's come on all the way up. We're gonna take our hands on our knees. First and foremost, let's find a balance. Glue your heels together and just balance at the edge. That's all you gotta do. Look into your belly. Press your hands into your knees. Pause here. If you're gonna roll today, you wanna curl your tail under, roll just to the shoulder blades, and then come up and find that balance. It's so satisfying when you find that balance. If you wanna take it back just a tiny bit, and come back up, great exercise, you're gonna find it. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Rolling and come up. Let's go for 8 repetitions. That's 7 for me. Ooh, 6 and 5. Doing great, everybody. 4 and 3. 1, 2. Good. And last one. All the way up, find it. Hold the balance. Can you hold it there? Use your hands, use your hips, use your abdominals, use your breath. Good. All right, I'm gonna challenge you with the transition. Roll back, both hands on your knee, on your right knee. Lengthen your left leg back. Land in a curl. We're gonna switch legs. This is single leg stretch. We're pressing into the mat. Do the best you can. Option to lower your head down and stay weighted in your back body is always there for you. Good work. Good. Let's go for 8. 7. Use that exhale to pull yourself together. Good. We go for 4. We go for 3. We go for 2 and for 1. Bring everything and lower your head down. All right. Let's slide our hands down towards the shins or the ankles, wherever you can hold on to. Deep breath in, curl up again. We're gonna take the right arm and right leg away from center and then pull them back to center. Do the other side, away from center, pull it back to center. And the right again. Again, I like an inhale and an exhale. You choose what works for you. All right, you can continue with these single arms, or if you're ready, we're gonna do double legs, double arms. We reach out, we circle around and in. If the diagonal doesn't allow you to keep your weight dropped into the mat, take it up and around and in, or go back to the single. Let's go for 2. And last one. Good, reach around to your frame, lower all the way down. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna do a little scissors with the head down today. So take one leg out, one leg up. If it's impossible here, bend them, make them a little shorter. And then we're gonna flex our feet and switch, and switch, and switch. Or you might go switch and switch. Both are valid. Switch and switch. All right, let's keep going for the last 8. Try to eliminate the bounce, especially as you change legs. Eliminate that bounce. Don't move the bungees. I lost count, but I'm gonna say this is 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bend your knees lower down. Really good work. All right, nestle those heels right between your bungees so that the frame is right in the arch of your foot. And hopefully that will feel okay. Again, if it's too crampy, get on the floor. We're gonna go into bridging. So arms down, curl the tailbone back. Be heavy in your waist before you lift your tail up, and then press it to the top, and then slowly lower it down. Oh, it's been a while since I've done a bridge here. I forgot about the nice stretch that happens. Let's do it again. Curl it under. Push through your shoulders. So sometimes there is a little congestion in your upper body. It feels like you're kind of rounding your shoulders forward. Just counteract the shape of the mat by pushing your shoulders back, opening up your chest, working your arms and legs a little more than putting weight into your spine, okay? Let's keep going. How are we, by the way? How are you? I don't know if you're all moving or watching or doing a combo of both, but throw me a thumbs up if you're doing all right. But don't stop moving to do that. Good, good. All right, let's go. 2 more, just rolling through that spine. Excellent. Taking your time and make the last one really long. So we're up at the top and then let your spine melt. As you roll down, can you push your back against the mat so much that the bungees start to stretch, really working back there. Good. All right, let's get off our back. Let's roll all the way up. We're gonna slide back. Option also to sit with your feet down onto the ground. If you've got a good 90-degree seated position that's not too, annoying. We don't want to work annoying, right? Flex those feet back, arms forward. We're going to take a spine stretch forward, so lifting up and over. We're almost there, reaching through. And then we roll up through the spine to come up to the top. Let's do it a couple more times. So obviously a 30-minute class is an abbreviated experience, but I hope that you learned something. I hope that you are enjoying the learning process. The nice thing about learning is that it stays with you for a long time, whereas sometimes a workout that just gasses you is there's no memories there, except maybe to not want to do it again. Let's take your arms out. Just me, rotate, and then stretch through. You're gonna take that outer hand to the outer edge of your foot, your shin, your knee, wherever you've got to reach, and just feel that twist in the spine. Then we're coming up through center and go to the opposite direction. Turn all the way over. Cracking both shoulders, as is the normal for me. Twist and dive. Good, reach. Excellent. So for some of my folks who are new to rebounding, or maybe you're doing rebounding for more health benefits, you're not working into the cardiovascular just yet, or you're a little less on the athletic end, I'm dropping a class in today. Thank you for the suggestion, you know who you are. It's just a short little exploration of some things that we can all do on the rebounder rest that doesn't involve a lot of jumping. So I hope that'll be good for you. I'll try to drop that in just a few. Let's finish up on our knees. Take our hands to the mat or to the frame, our knees hip width distance, and let's give a nice round spine. So a little cat here, and then let's arch in the opposite direction into your back bend. A lot of times our back bends are neglected. Try not to neglect your back bend. We always say extension keeps you feeling open. It keeps life feeling possible, even though sometimes extension feels impossible, right? Let's do a couple more. Round it over. And reach it through. Good. Last little challenge for today. Let's see what that center has gained in terms of awareness. Walk onto your mat, tuck your toes under, hands are still on the frame. We're gonna round the spine, and you have a couple options. Push into your hands and feet to unweight your bungees. Your knees can still stay on the mat, but you're just gonna lift your body weight up a little higher, or you can lift your knees off the mat and just try to maintain that position. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go in 3, 2, round the spine, push down into hands and toes, knees come off, or they just get real light, and we're here for the next 20 seconds, so breathe. Stay with me, we've got this. Almost there, almost there. Last 10 seconds. Excellent work. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Release your toes, find your extension. Good. Let's sit back to your heels if possible. Open your knees. Just take a moment to stretch. Good. Big breath. Let's take both hands over to the right side and shift your hips over to the left. Good, and then to the other side. So don't forget, all of the live stream schedules are up, and of course the replays will be here afterwards. Be sure to check out the notes of each class. There's a lot of different ways you can support me in keeping these movements going. Let's come all the way up. Best way is to go to Jenna-Zaffino.com and get on in on the Bounce library membership. It's a great library with lots of different options. I'm gonna try something. I don't think I can try it. I don't know if I can do it from here. I don't think I can do it from here. All right, I'll figure it out. I've got a couple little stickers that are coming up for you. I'm learning you all. It's a fun ride. Don't forget to ask yourself why this class mattered to your life today. These are the little earworms that help us keep going and coming back for the meaningful stuff beyond just the sweat, the core, and the stuff that, you know, exists outside of who we are, let's say. Let's wrap it up nicely like that. Thank you for being here, everybody, and I'll see you next time.